You know what I almost did? I almost went, it was so tempting. I couldn't stop myself. Okay. See that pole? There's, my husband is trimming the greenery back here. So you all might be incredibly blessed tonight to see the hottest man on the face of the earth in the background. So there's a very good chance I'm going to get Facebook banned again because the incredible hotness that is in the background of this video. You've been warned. Okay? So if you don't want to burn your eyes out, you might want to get some shades or something, or just don't look in the background because he's so handsome. All right. First, I'm going to talk about making love to plantain chips because I know everybody wants to hear that. And then I'm going to go into some housekeeping and some educational stuff about macros. I was doing coaching calls today, and I was talking to a client, and I said, girl, over the weekend, I took this huge bag of plantain chips, and I looked at him and I was like, we are going to have an experience. And I brought him in bed, and I was like on a mission. I was like, I'm going to eat these plantain chips until either A, they're done, or B, my belly explodes. And I had like crumbs on my chest in my bed. And she was like, that's what I love about you. You're so real. I said, I should share that on a video. Me making love to my plantain chips, like, you know. Real talk, man. All right, so yes, I did make love to those chips. And I'll tell you, depending on your sex life, they might be better than sex. Sometimes food is that way. Can I get an amen? All right. Here's the thing, okay? Let's get down to business. Jokes are done. So if you don't want to get down to business, turn this video off now. There's nothing more to say here. There's no more lovemaking or chips or food or anything about my chest. Here's the thing, guys. When you reach out and you ask me questions, you give me great content to talk about on these videos. And that's wonderful because when you are brave and you come here and you start asking questions, telling me about your vulnerabilities, telling me about how you feel lost, that gives me a topic to come on here and talk about and help you. And when I'm helping you, I'm also helping all the other people who are too fearful to ask the question because everybody has the same questions. So this is great information. And by the way, just so you know, I am all about anonymity. That's an AA thing in recovery. We don't talk about who said stuff, exactly what people are going through. So you can share things with me. And if I use that information, hi Kimberly, if I use that information for an informational video, I'm not going to say who you are. I'm not going to say, so-and-so struggles with this. You heard me just say I was talking to a client today. And everything, I'm really good at that, keeping things general and not airing people's dirt out in the open, okay? And so please understand that because I want you to come to me and ask the big questions. I want you to come to me. This message here starts out by saying, this may be a stupid question. I used to get that so often when I did live Q&As because people are afraid to look stupid. Nothing is stupid. The only thing that I used to say is stupid is not asking any questions and staying lost. I don't want to say that's stupid. That's not a nice thing to say. But there's no such thing as a stupid question, really. And the thing is, when you ask questions and we address them in this group, we answer other people's questions as well. And then we all get to have this understanding and this experience together. So please keep the questions coming. You can put up a post, you can tag me, or you can reach out via email, website, Messenger, whatever. Okay? So we're talking tonight about macros versus Weight Watchers. And I have so much I want to say. I feel like I'm on a roll. But let me take care of this thing here. My mind is set to do Weight Watchers and less caloric intake. So I think I've given up on macros when I've tried because 1, I feel like I'm eating too much, and 2, I struggle to get protein, and 3, if I have a few days in a row, I get frustrated with myself and I just need to go back to Weight Watchers. let's break this apart, okay? This is what I'm going to do for you guys, okay? We are going to start over. As soon as I have all these new clients onboarded and set up with programs and stuff, I'm going to come back on here. We're going to do another free boot camp for nutrition. And I'm going to teach you in a different way how to get going with eating right, how to get going with calories, macros, protein and stuff in just a more easily digested, concise, shorter program and shorter explanation, and just to make it all easier. When I was doing the macro mastery thing, while I think that's great, and now it is a self-paced course on my website, it is a great thing. However, people get confused. So I need to just kind of, I have an idea to get that all situated. I don't need to go into the details on that, okay? So if you are coming from another program and you want to do macros, there needs to be a journey, okay? You have to look at macros as the PhD course. Okay, if I'm in high school, I'm not going to skip straight to PhD, or I'm going to feel lost. And it's not my fault. I'm not yet equipped. I haven't gone on the whole journey there, okay? So if you're starting out with a program like Weight Watchers or something like that, you're more of in like, the junior college and 4-year college. You're not at PhD yet, okay? And that's okay. Those programs are awesome. They are made for really big groups of people. So they're made extremely simplified, okay? Points, calories, that's it, right? So when we look at this whole thing, you feel like you're eating too much on macros. You might be. You might be. If you're coming from a 1,200 calorie diet and then you get your macros done and the numbers say eat 1,700, that might be too much for you. That's why when we give macro plans out, I ask people, what is your previous diet history? And I tell people, take these numbers and let me know how you do for the next few days. Give me some feedback, okay? Not everybody's going to, your macro plan is not like your height. I weigh my height, I'm 5'6", I'm 5'6" everywhere. Macro plans are not like that, guys. The things that we can't take into consideration are your metabolism, your hormones. Have you added any of those things onto a generalized macro calculator? No. Does it ever say in a field, oh, do you have PCOS? No. The generalized macro calculators don't ask those things. They're not factored in. So what we're doing is we're getting a general sense of what you should be eating. We have to start you somewhere and then troubleshoot it straight away within the first couple of days. Some people do great on their macro plans and they have all this success. And then it looks like macros are so easy, right? Those are the people that are like, oh, I just got my macro plan. I'm eating all this food. I'm eating all these carbs. Life is great. And I dropped 10 pounds my first 2 weeks, and I'm wearing a thong bikini and I'm getting laid every night. Those are the stories we hear, and we're like, what the fuck's wrong with me, man? I got my macros, I gained weight, I feel like shit, I'm eating too much food, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I feel lost. That is most people, guys. So what we need to do is we need to change this up, and we need to simplify this, okay? So if you think you're eating too much, you might be. That's why we need feedback, and we need to figure out if this is working for you. Number 2, you struggle to get protein. That's okay. I'm going to talk about this in my next program. What you want to do is just start with calories, and then you want to start to try to get your protein number. Everybody has a line for everything where they just can't go past, okay? I run 1 mile. After 1 mile, I'm like, I'm just done. So, I hear people that my friend, 5 hours, 10 minutes, he ran 40 miles. I was like, I don't even drive 40 miles. Like, that's just not for me. So there is a certain amount of protein that you want to eat. Maybe you don't want to eat anymore. Maybe you need your protein number lowered. You can do that. We can do that. I'm going to teach you how that works, okay? Number 3, if I have a few days off in a row, I get frustrated with myself and I say, I just need to go back to Weight Watchers. Of course. We want to go back to what we know, and that's okay. But what you can do is you can take what you know and add little pieces to it so you have a little bit more of a customized program for you where you dabble in these things, but you don't go full on PhD, macro counting, to the gram, hitting all the numbers within 5 grams. You don't have to. There is a process. I'm going to teach that to you. Okay. I also didn't see the scales move as much with macros. That is a big lesson that I'm going to teach people. The scales may not move with macros. Okay. I want to show you, I'm going to print these out. I took pictures of myself after my big bulk phase, and I was so fluffy with this nice jelly belly and this big juicy butt and dimply legs in January. Okay? Took my calories down. Now I have my abs showing. I'm not going to show you. I've shown you in a bunch of videos already. All my dimples are gone. My butt looks, really nice. Everything's falling into place, right? My weight is the same. My weight is the same. Just weighed myself yesterday. 143 pounds. Weigh the same. Okay? So is that a huge failure? Of course not. Okay? The scale is not the only measure that we use for progress. And I'm going to teach you about that. Okay. I know better than to judge everything by the scale, but let's face it, we know that that's how we've been programmed up these years. That's so true. And I'm going to battle this, and I'm going to get you guys through that. Okay? So we're going to work on that. So then she says, this might be a stupid question, but I've got a lot of friends who count macros, and some eat whatever they want, just as long as their counts are right. But then others eat more healthily. I would say the latter is a better option, but I'm just curious about your thoughts. Oh, girl, that's my Pandora's box right there. And I said, I'm going to do a video on this for you. Let me sum it up, because this is like at least a 30-minute video just answering this one question, but I don't want to keep you on here for too long. I have ADD, so I don't want to listen to someone talking too long on a video, and I assume that you're all like me. So I try to keep things concise, because I'm sure you don't want to just be listening to me babble on and on and on, even though I try to make this very rich with information. Yes, it does matter. What you eat matters. Nobody wants to hear that. That was just like my calorie video that I did the other day. People don't want to hear, you're gaining weight because you eat too many calories. Do you eat too much? Not necessarily. You eat too many calories. I'm in this keto group, right? Because I like some keto recipes. And because I left 26 groups when I got mad at Facebook and I got Facebook jailed, and all pissed off. I was like, fuck all these bitches. I'm not helping anybody anymore. Everybody can kiss my ass. But I'm in this one keto recipe book. And people are like, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm eating bacon and cheese and ribeyes and scaling going down. Well, because fat has 9 calories per gram. So you can eat this much if your calorie budget is low. If you're eating some carbs like mushrooms and cabbage and zucchini and cucumber and things that have lower calories, you can eat this much. And it's the same amount of calories as your bacon. Got to be smart about what you eat, okay? So does it matter what you eat? Fuck yeah, it does. Because is a donut a carb? Yup. Is broccoli a carb? Yup. And people will argue about this because, it's all to sell you stuff and keep you confused, which pisses me off. Companies want to keep you dumb. I'm not saying you're dumb. People want to keep us all dumb so they can sell you more shit, so you can stay lost. It's just like doctors who want to come up with the cure for shit. Keep you sick so you can keep buying shit. So you keep coming back. Restaurants give you really rich food so you keep coming back. You don't know how many calories are in that shit. They're basting it all in butter, so when you eat it, you're like, hot diggity. None of the food I eat at home is this delicious. Okay? But what you eat matters. A donut has much different nutrition than broccoli. I'm using these as extreme examples, okay? Iceberg lettuce has a different nutrient count than something like mixed greens or arugula. Different nutrition, okay? So this is the progression and the different avenues that you can take with macros, and it does matter. So, but here's the thing, like some people want to do macros and eat whenever they want. I have clients that eat Teddy Grahams and peanut butter. I like macros. I make love to my plantain chips and get crumbs all over my chest. You can do that. That's fine, right? But for the most part, I will tell you exactly what I do. I count macros because I'm an alcoholic and addict and I need parameters. Otherwise, I will go completely off the rails and I'll eat whatever I want. So macros are my bumpers. Okay? But I eat clean and I use a meal plan that I have made and morphed for myself over the last 20 some odd years. That is what I do. So do you see, I have taken like a little bit of Weight Watchers, a little bit of intermittent fasting, a little bit of macros, a little bit of clean eating, a little bit of keto. I like a little bit of that. You know, I do a bunch of different things because that's what works for me, you see. So what I'm going to be doing in this group with my next free boot campy program, an educational program, is I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to iron all this out for you. I have all these new great clients in my macro success group, and people, you know, some people really know what they're doing and they're totally comfortable. Other people are like, I don't know, like, should I be doing these whole macros? Am I failing? I don't really know. I'm going to clear this all up for you. So stay tuned, okay? I've got a bunch of stuff going on the next couple days. As soon as I can get to this, I will let you know. I'm saying probably, I'm hoping by next week. That would be awesome. Okay, but I'll keep you informed. I'll keep you in the loop, and we'll go from there. Okay. So I hope that this clears up some things for you. It's a lot of information. I get it. The bottom line is this. What you need to do is you need to have a process of self-discovery with this. You need to identify, what am I willing to do? What am I not willing to do? I'm not willing to weigh my food all the time. I fucking hate it. So instead, I do some meal prepping so that when I go into my fitness pal, I can say 2 turkey meatballs, my goat cheese salad, you know, my Kodiak pancakes, bing, bing, bing. Because I don't want to weigh all my shit all the time. So I eat the same things because I don't care about food variety. You have to have a process of discovery. I'm going to teach you how to do that, okay? That is what we're going to do next in this group. So I do hope this helps you. Please stick around. Invite friends to this group if you want. Check out my website, getintheleague.com. We have tons of great programs. The whole website was just redone and simplified, so it's very easy to understand exactly what I do, exactly how we do it, and exactly what I can do for you. All right? Have a good night. I hope this helps. I hope I didn't confuse you too much. But if I did, ask a question. Then we'll have another great video of discussion and we'll educate more people about these types of things so that you know exactly where you need to go. Okay? I'll see ya.